And welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. Last time we got the X-ray scope, wrong button, this is the X-ray scope, and we also got the grapple beam, which I can't demonstrate because this room actually doesn't require the grapple beam at all. We also fought a bunch of Chozo ghosts, and basically that opened up that Chozo statue, and now we can roll through. And to my disappointment, it appears to just be a shortcut. Yeah, it appears to just be a shortcut. There's nothing seemingly hidden here. I'm still very suspicious about this little rock structure here. Watch it actually be significant. Like there's an artifact in there. Anyway, the reason we're here in the first place is because we were trying to get the last, whatchamacallit, the last, why can't I think of the name for it? The last beam. But I decided to make a slight detour to pick up the X-ray visor while we're here. Again, I have to stop and think, is it the X-ray scope or is it the X-ray visor? It's visor in this game, it's scope and super. Yeah, the X-ray scope was a thing, and that allowed you to see where hidden items were. But it's also something you have to equip and toggle between, so it's not the most convenient thing in the world to actually use in a practical application. Now this feels weird, but I'm going to take a somewhat odd shortcut and go to the east town overworld, because I think this is the fastest way to the Chozo ruins from here. I think. I'm not bursting with confidence with the solution, but hey, I think this is the fastest way to Magmar Caverns. Also, once we get the last beam, we'll have to go back to Fendrana and melt the ice at the tower in order to get the artifact there, because there is an artifact at the tower. I spent a long time trying to figure out where it was, so and then just to find out that we needed the next beam to actually get it. And also melt other ice in the area, pick up a couple missiles and health expansions while we're there, I guess. And also actually do some more stuff in the room with the gravity suit, which we need the grapple beam to access, I think. But yeah, now we have a much easier time navigating this side of the map, because we have the grapple beam, so we can just grapple right across. Honestly, the grapple beam is a little harder to use in this version compared to on the GameCube, if you ask me. It's definitely a lot more finicky at times. So where are we exactly? Is this leading back out to the overworld? Yes, it is. Okie dokie. So, Chozo Ruins west, or that goes directly to Magmor. So let's take that passage. Leave the Chozo Ruins, go back to the Chozo Ruins, and leave again, and then you'll eventually end up at the place we need to go to. So this is the most convoluted route ever. But I don't know of any shorter routes between Phazon Mines and Magmor Caverns, so I guess we just have to deal with it for now. I still have no clue where most of the collectibles are, so those I am actually going to look up. Honestly, I'm actually really glad that, you know, obviously I did look up the plasma beam, which is the last thing. But like I would have found that on my own, because there was that one spot where I was like, we can't do this until we have the grapple beam, so I would have naturally gone back there anyway. So yeah, I would have found that eventually. This just saves a little bit of time. So the only thing I got stuck on and actually had to look up was the ice beam. That's the only thing I actually had to look up because of just not remembering where that one spyball track was. And we're back to the Magmor Caverns. Now, where are we in the magma caverns? That I can't really tell you. Let's zoom all the way out. This is where the ice power thing is, I think. The upgraded ice beam. So, was it... I'm trying to think. I think it's this. With the ice beam. So yeah, it's over there. So we gotta go left here, looks like. Gotta use the spider ball to actually not die. Because, to my knowledge, the gravity suit does not completely protect you from lava, unlike some other Metroids. I'm pressing down, even though it's moving me away from the screen, which is actually really disorienting and kind of disconcerting. One thing about the gravity suit that is good, I'm trying to figure out where I'm actually jumping to. The one good thing about the gravity suit is it means you're not slowed down in lava, which is actually a big deal, because just being slowed down in lava means it's harder to get out of the lava. So yeah, while the gravity suit doesn't protect you from lava damage, it does make it easier to survive lava. So that's good. Gotta swing over here, switch beams. I'm gonna be so turned around when I play Metroid Prime 3 because it has fewer features. You know, no beam switching is a big deal. I think you have fewer visors. I guess the X-ray visor was in the game. I actually forgot that it was. I might have said something to the effect that it wasn't, but it actually is in Prime 3. It's just very different interpretation of the X-ray scope, which I'm totally okay with. It just feels a little bit detached that it doesn't really seem like it's the same item to some extent. So this is a thing that we cannot bomb. We gotta roll. Well, cool. Do we have to move this platform too? Yes, we do. So we need the spinner, the grapple beam, and it looks like the spider ball to get through here. That is a lot of power-ups you need. That is actually a lot of power-ups to get the last beam of the game. You make me work for this one. I really do like how they implement so many different power-ups into this game though. It's actually really cool. They don't just, use this thing one time and then forget you ever had it kind of logic like a lot of games do. Which is actually refreshing. That you actually do have to apply a lot of different techniques to get certain power-ups. Where is it? Where the heck am I even? There's another question. Oh, another thing? I'm not sure how I could tell that was a bomb and not a spin. Not entirely sure I guessed that, but hey. Oh, frick, I boosted off the thing. That was smooth. I was trying... Yeah, I should've... Yeah, I think that's what happened. I pushed Z. I pushed B instead of Z and rolled off the edge. So that was not the best move in a lava area. And I pushed C instead of Z. The Wii just really doesn't have enough buttons. In my opinion. That's why I kind of want this game on Switch eventually. I actually really wonder what Metroid Prime on Switch will play like. Will it use the IR, like World of Goo, so you can technically use the Joy-Cons as pointers, or will they offer the more traditional control setup? So I'm actually really curious to see what they end up doing. There we go. Drop and fall. I think you can just bomb here and it's enough to launch you. Drop. This part is actually a little bit intense because there is lava under you. What's this even for? That little section. Drop? Well, that worked out better than I expected. Except I don't think I can get back up there. But at least I can jump back over here safely without dying horrifically. So that's good. I am trying to like hurry, which is not a good thing to do in an area like this with a puzzle that requires actually, you know, climbing all the way back up if you fall down. I should probably take my time a little bit more. But also just the physics of falling as a ball onto a platform, it's a little bit finicky. So this one, this is actually a free roaming spiral surface, which is not something you see in this game very often. Oh frick, I remember this part. You have to like roll. Oh wow, this is actually a lot easier on this version. It's a lot harder when you actually have to like, you know, power or morph ball bomb your way through this. A lot harder, really. Oh wow, you can actually defeat these. This is also really not fun in my hand right now because I've been holding Z down for like a really long time. So I'm like trying to, if you ever see me like stop, it's because I'm trying to reposition without dying, basically. That works. I don't think this is what you're supposed to do, but gets the job done. Drop here. A little bit of a brief second of relief from holding down Z button. Which actually brings up the question, what buttons do you use to hold down things in games? Like, I use, like, for shoulder buttons, I tend to use, like, index finger for everything. I wonder if it'd actually be more advantageous to use, like, middle finger, because it's longer. Dropping onto this sounds like a good recipe for disaster. Like, I'm gonna hit that roll off and roll off the edge. I called that, didn't I? Well, that sucked. Oh, I'm dumb. I should have power bombed. I should have power bombed while hanging on the rail. Yeah, that probably would have worked. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, I will fully admit the nunchuck is not very comfy for long sections of having to use the spider ball. So keep that in mind. Wow. This perspective is really throwing me off sometimes, because again, you just hold one direction to move with the morph ball, and it's actually really difficult to like change directions, or it's actually really easy to change directions by accident. Yeah, they really make you work for this last beam upgrade, don't they? I mean, it's the best one in the game, so it makes sense that they make you work for it, but still, it's probably a procedure if you do fall. It's not too long though, so yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna cut this. I think I'm not, just because this is going pretty fast. And again, because of the morph ball jumping in the Wii version, you can actually skip a step there. I wonder if you can make that. I'm not gonna try and have to redo everything all over again, but I still wonder if you can make that. I feel like my dexterity has gone up a lot, and that sounds like a Persona joke, but it's not meant as a Persona joke. From playing Hatsune Miku games, because those are rhythm games, and they're honestly really intense rhythm games, I feel like my overall dexterity is actually increased a lot from playing those games. Doesn't mean I don't mess up on video games all the time, but I feel like I do better than I used to. I mean, like, originally when I started playing those games, I did terribly, but songs I had trouble with, I can even do pretty well at now. Yeah, it only took a couple minutes. But yeah, it does make me wonder, like, how much better I have gotten at video games sometimes, when there are very clear cases where I am a lot better at certain games. And yet, my performance every time I play Sonic Adventure 2 goes down for whatever reason. We got the Plasma Beam, which is the last arm cannon enhancement in the game. Is there anything hidden here? I just have this weird gut feeling there's something hidden here. This is trippy. Okay, actually, we got the Plasma Beam, so we can actually show off an Easter egg. You can actually see Samus's hand inside the cannon. Now, apparently, I've heard that actually her hand as is actually easier to see in the Wii version, now that I'm looking at it. You can actually see her hand position in the canon matches the symbols, to some extent, of the little icon. So that's cool. That's actually a really neat detail. Yeah, that actually is true. It's harder to see in the GameCube because you can't move the arm cannon quite as far up. Like, you can't basically have it cover up half the screen, so it is actually hard to see. So I guess going down to the workstation tunnel now would be the next best option. Plasma Beam is really powerful, as it always is in every Metroid, but again, some enemies are not weak to it, so it actually has the really cool effect of actually, like, disintegrating enemies. Not this guy because you need them as a platform, but some enemies, you will actually just see them kind of burn away. Not, like, graphically, I should clarify. Let's test it out and use this guy. Yeah, you can see him kind of, like, disintegrating it before it even, like, blows up. So this is actually the best weapon on Space Pirates because their jetpacks will detonate. Yeah, this was always my favorite weapon in the game because it is the most powerful, even though it is actually kind of painfully slow. So in this room... Wait, is this the room with the ice beam upgrade, or is that a different room? It's probably Transport Tunnel C or something. Or maybe even one of the other ones. But yeah, we can actually bomb this to get past. And we go inside here. We have another passageway to the Phazon Mines. So that's a bit of a shortcut. Now that we have the Plasma Beam, we can easily get back to the Phazon Mines. I'm gonna go double check to see if I'm not losing my mind about the Ice Beam upgrade. It's through the Wave Beam door. It's over here then. We actually need the Wave Beam, so for once we're gonna leave these guys alone. I think I might be in here, but I'm not 100% sure. It's not in here. What am I thinking? But yeah, there's some tunnel in here where if you bomb it with a power bomb, you get the Wave Beam upgrade. It's probably this one, short tunnel. Yeah, because see, instead of being a narrow tunnel, there's stuff like around it, which would indicate that you can bomb your way through it. So yeah, that's a ways off though. When we're getting the artifact that the Vendrana drifts, that's probably the best time to pick this up. Yeah, a little bit on the short side, but I think this is actually a good place to end off for now. Got the Plasma Beam after some difficulties. I like how the cannon looks different for each beam as well. It's just a nice little detail. Got the Plasma Beam, we got the and that's actually all we did. But in any case, thank you for watching. I hope you join me next time for more Metroid Prime.